Hello, CEO teachers. Welcome back to the CEO Teacher Podcast. Whether you are watching us on YouTube right now because you are a visual learner, or you're listening to us in your car or washing the dishes or even rocking your baby, I'm so thankful that you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that many of you have requested lately. However, I never like to talk about topics unless I know I have all the facts. So for the last 30 or so days, we've been doing an experiment. And you may not have realized that that is exactly what it is. First of all, I want to say that it is done completely in honesty and integrity-wise. But before I get into the details of what all that is in today's show, I just want you to know that what I'm giving you today is the facts. There are so many people that will try to tell you what's working and what's not working, but I can honestly say that we know the answer to this. So if you're interested in learning about what's trending on social media today, better than ever, stick around in this episode. You don't want to miss it, and I'll see you there. David Alston said, social media is not necessarily a media. The key is to listen, engage, and build relationships. And I think that we really forget that we're using our voice to build a relationship with people. Human connection is so real. It is so alive and well. And you've always heard it, but I want to reiterate that now more than ever. Brian Weiner said, social marketing eliminates the middleman, providing brands the unique opportunity to have a direct relationship with their customer. And finally, Cami Husey said, the first rule of social media is that everything changes all the time. What won't change is the community's desire to network. We are right now on the brink of some really exciting things when it comes to social media. I am not afraid of change. I live for it. I love the book. I bet you can guess what it is. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And he talks about life during the Great Depression. This book was written in the 1930s, and so he has a really good grasp on how to make the most out of a bad situation. And so let's talk about some of the changes that are happening on social media right now. If you're listening to this in the present time, pretty close to when we're recording this. This is right now, we are in the very end of March 2023. We are looking at, if I'm making a prediction, the future of social media looking different in this way. TikTok will be banned in the United States. That is my prediction in the next couple of months. And all of the power will go back to Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram. They will change the way that they do things to be more like TikTok. TikTok was great in a sense, is great in a sense that they became relevant to young users again. They really, really understood search engine and algorithms. They essentially read your mind. And I won't go into the details of all of that and what I think about all that, because then I probably would woo you out. But what I'm saying is that it's time now more than ever to put your eggs back into the Instagram, Facebook basket, and also YouTube, which is why I am here on video today. But let's talk about the data, because you know I love it. According to Neil Patel, one of my favorite SEO gurus, he is the king of SEO in my book, there are a few social media trends that are now on their way out. And he felt like it was important to mention them just in case they are in your bag of tricks. So let's talk about what is not working. Creating content that just revolves around you. Spoiler alert, this business is no longer about you. It's about your audience, the transformation you provide them, and what they need at the end of the day. Next is following people to just get followed. I didn't realize that people still did that, but I have pushed back against this for years and years. You must grow your audience authentically because it will always catch up with you. If you're not familiar with T Swift, I'm sure you are, but I understand karma, and I think that that is a really great example of it's always going to catch back up with you. Do it in the genuine way. Follow other creators because they make you feel good. Get out of groups, get out of communities that give you the ick, that bash the system, that bash other people in our industry. We don't live that life over here. I don't live for the drama. I don't want to know the drama. Let me live in my little cloud of rainbows and butterflies, and that's fine with me. If your reach doesn't grow as fast as you like, nobody's does. I've been doing this for a decade. I have a full-fledged business, but in order for you to have one, all you need is 100 true fans versus thousands of random followers. I have a lot of successful entrepreneur friends who have 1 million followers on TikTok, but will instantly tell me it has nothing to do with their revenue, that they don't make a lot of money off of those millions of followers because they don't know how to convert them and they don't believe they are true followers. One more thing that Neil Patel suggests that is no longer working is links, and even more links. Once everyone was able to have the link feature back in the day, just people with 10,000 followers were given the ability to link things inside of their Instagram stories. Then once that was given to everyone, now everyone shares all of the links, and our link click-through rate is a lot slower, a lot smaller than it used to be. And I don't even really look at that because that's not how we make our money. I don't rely on links to Amazon to make money, really. It is in our bag of tricks, but not one that we use very often. So what does this mean for you inside of your teacher business? And if you have been following along on the CEO Teacher podcast, you probably have been steering clear of most of these. So I want to say kudos to you. So no worries if you've been growing your reach using our tips and tricks, because we practice what we preach here, and we believe in white hat marketing strategies, only growing organically when you can, as much as you can. So let's talk about the social media trends that we can get behind. And I mentioned at the beginning of the show that I was going to share just some things that we are doing that we know are working right now. First, video production. It's just going to continue to grow. We are just now seeing the tip of what video is going to be on social media. And in the future, it is the way that we connect to people. People feel like they know us. They can see right through us. I will say you're going to have a lot tougher skin than you used to. Currently, we're running an ad right now where I'm getting like the most hate I've ever gotten on an ad. I'm here for it. It's fine. But it's because I'm talking on video and putting on makeup, which is what I do on Instagram stories and have done for years. Like I have 5 kids, I'm multitasking over here, but people are not, they don't love it. And I think it's because they've seen people put on makeup and sell makeup. And one lady said she totally doesn't respect me anymore. And I was like, wow, it's not that deep, man. And then I made the comment that teachers work 7:45 to 3:45, which is how I worked. We had a tiered bus system. That is exactly the schedule that I followed. They're not happy about that either, that comment. So what I'm saying is that you're going to have to get a lot tougher skin. You're not going to say it all right all the time, and you're never going to make everyone happy, but it's what's working, and that's okay. So Be Real is an app that is continuing to grow. I don't currently have Be Real. I will not have it. It's just like Snapchat. I never got Snapchat. I don't believe that it brings value to my life, so I don't want it. But what it does do is that it encourages users to post unfiltered photos of themselves in the moment at least once a day. My brother recently got married. I went on a bachelorette trip with some of the ladies that were in the wedding. And they all had Be Real. So every day when I was with them, they were like, pose for my Be Real. And I was like, I'm the old lady here that has no idea what that is. And I learned a lot about it. And it is cool to see people, what they're doing in the moment. It's not what you normally see on social media. So TikTok has begun to encourage that. And I think that Instagram and Facebook will also want you to start shooting things in the moment. Next is the creator economy will see a boom in growth. Teacher businesses are already creating this content, and you have been doing this for years. Content that is educational, content that is informative, and content that is creative. If you continue down that path, we will see a different shift in how people get paid online. Right now, it's influencing, but I don't believe it will be that way for long because brands have gotten very smart about that. So they're sending PR packages, they're paying influencers to talk about their products when they're just not good. Can I get an amen for that? I no longer watch makeup tutorials and buy makeup because I went back to everything I was using before because people are not genuine. They're not authentic. They're not telling me the truth. They're taking brand deals and they are not being honest. So I believe that people like teachers are going to grow exponentially because teachers are not good liars. We're just not. Like, I think teachers are the best humans in the world. We're not like able to just tell a lie straight out. Our heart is too good for that. We believe in giving to other people. We are good humans. We're good. Not that everyone else is not, but what I'm saying is that teachers are great at being educational, informative, and creative. And I think that you're going to be rewarded handsomely. And then finally, customer service on social platforms is a necessity. I stopped getting inside of my direct messages for about 18 months. I needed to do that. I had postpartum depression pretty bad after Sissy. She's almost 2, and I can finally say I am out of the fog, and it feels amazing. But now I'm back in the DMs, and my business is growing like leaps and bounds every single day because I'm being personal with people again. I'm sharing about what the customer journey looks like. I'm being authentic. I'm sending voice messages every single day. And I would say that 9 out of 10 of those people that ask me a question about my business, I take the time and I love them and I nurture them. They join our communities. It may not be right then. It may be later on down the road because people no longer want to have that personal touch. They want to step away and think that their business can run on its own. And while that's true, the best businesses in the world are the ones that care about their customers. So I mentioned that I was doing something currently as an experiment. Right now, I know you've listened to this and you've heard this. I am doing a challenge called 75 Hard. I really got obsessed with it because some people that I follow on TikTok were doing it, but I had bought the book in the past a couple years ago. I literally threw it in the trash and thought, that's stupid. No one would ever do that. And then I had to rebuy it again because I ate those words. So beautiful. But Andy Frisella is the host of a podcast that is very popular called Real AF. Not my favorite show, but I love 75 Hard. I love the challenge aspect. I love the marketing aspect. I get really nerdy about this kind of stuff. And so I bought the book that you can only buy on his website. You can't buy on Amazon or Kindle. And I got obsessed with the challenge itself. The challenge says you must drink a gallon of water, do 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes, one in the morning, one in the evening. One must be outside. You have to read 10 pages a day. You have to follow a diet. There are a lot of things, take a progress picture. But what I loved is that it has really challenged me. So I made it my mission to document this every single day. I'm doing a daily vlog and I go through my entire day. Today is day 32 and our Instagram has grown in followers. We got a blue check mark. Our views on our reels are skyrocketing. And very rarely am I talking about my business, but my business is growing exponentially because I'm not trying to sell something. I'm just showing my life. I'm just being a human. And that experiment in itself reminded me what I've known all along and what we forget is that people really don't join us for what we sell. They join us for the life that they get to live, the transformation. And that is the most important part of being an online marketer is that I don't follow Jenna Kutcher because I know for a fact her Pinterest course is going to be the most life-changing thing I've ever bought. I love following her. I love watching her kids grow up. I love listening to her stories. I love to say, hey, I really enjoy that life. As a return on that, I do buy all of her stuff. And I've learned a lot, but it's amazing to see that trends are just trends. If you're jumping on the trends of courting yourself with music over the top, yes, that's fine, but it's not a permanent solution. So we really believe that user-generated content is going to be huge. This basically means that your audience loves what they're learning, even if it's just the day in your life stuff, being spontaneous, giving them takeaways about your business, but very small, few, and in between. They run to social media to show off maybe their latest purchase or their wins, or they tag you on a post, and then you can reshare that and it becomes authentic. I share our podcast every single week. I try to do it authentically, and our students, if they love it, they share it as well, because word of mouth marketing will always be king in my eyes. If you're sitting at the teacher table with your friends and someone says, I'm in the CEO teacher programs, I love it, and your friend says, tell me about it, that piece of marketing is more valuable than any money you'll spend on a Facebook ad, is more valuable than anything else. And that's the kind of marketing that we are looking to create. In the same token, the next thing I want to chat about is micro influencer marketing. I think we're going to see a shift from these huge influencers that are not really telling us the truth to micro influencers. That's somebody like you, an everyday teacher with a following or an audience that connects with them on a very specific level. These are not paid, they are not sponsored, they are not affiliate relationships, but instead they're just people that love you and say, I want to give and share about my experience. So micro influencers are not defined by the number of people that you have that follow you on social media, because if 33 people follow you and those 33 people are your teacher friends and you share on your story that you love the CEO teacher, those 33 people are more likely to buy from me than someone, I think, with 5,000 followers that got them in inauthentic ways. So let's talk about some action tips that we can do to help us with our social media, and that means you. First, produce edutainment content. Well, what is that? It is educational, creative content. It helps you grow in popularity on social media, and it is a trending topic for 2023. Teach. That's all you got to do, friends. Yes, we know how to do that. Teach people what you want them to learn. As teachers, you are uniquely positioned to rock this like nobody else. You already edutain every single day in your classroom. So take this to your social media. Next, I want you to brand yourself authentically. Connection marketing at its finest. Be authentic in who you are and who you serve. Create a hub or a website where your followers can find you and know that you're a real person, and lean into your niche specifically. Take a stance, create polarizing topics, and show people the rockstar educator that you are. Next is short form video content. It's a must when thinking of creating content for your business. And I want you to think about consuming short bits of content like 30, 60 seconds. That's hyper fast, but hyper valuable. Make sure that you catch them in the first 3 seconds with a good hook, and then reuse that content on Pinterest with Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, video previews, and any other short form video content. What can you create that is inspirational, exciting, and informative? And then finally, support and encourage user-generated content and other micro-influencer content. Be a person that hypes people up. We love a good hype girl or a good hype boy. People love to feel like there is room for everyone on the playground. We win when you win. Dr. Stephen Covey believes in a win-win attitude. Create challenges, encourage your audience to share their wins on social media. And then as you share other people's content, you'd be amazed at how they want to share yours as well. Thanks so much for listening, guys, to this week's podcast. I hope to see you right here on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast next Wednesday. And as always, remember, the best is yet to come, and I'll see you soon.